Hello everyone, welcome back to I Wanna Take the Time Machine 2 guide. In this episode we will be covering the Jurassic era and one certain trick which is used in this. First of all, I'm going to tell you about Numpad cancels. Numpad cancels are usually a commonly used fun game mechanic, but I'm going to tell you anyways. So let me switch to browser, because I want to tell you about the combination of keys used for numpad cancels, also known as one-frame jumps. So if you hold shift and then hold numpad button number 1, you can see that I'm technically not holding shift, though I do. But what happens if I release the shift button is that it will register as a one frame press, and that's about it. You can also do it on the go. For example, if I'm holding the right button, pressing shift, pressing numpad, and releasing shift button, I still do the one frame. In the game it looks something like this. Yeah, and on the go it looks something like this. Alright. Now that that's covered, let's move on to the first act. From the first act, you are greeted with a bit of a tight jump. It's very hard and requires a lot of practice, but you'll be able to do it. Moving on. Here, as soon as you hear the noise, you want to do 2 small jumps and start shooting. Yes. You'll start shooting in the dinosaur's head. And also you need to get close to the dinosaur and then move with it while shooting up, resulting in something like this. Okay, here you can ignore the save. And here you want to break this egg and this egg, and then skip this egg, and then this one, and then shoot this one. I remember this combination as shoot 2 eggs, skip 1, and then shoot 1 more. You don't need to shoot this egg. Moving on. You can also ignore that save, because you can reach this refresher by jumping here from this dinosaur. And that's it. You can already take the save for safety measures. And this is an RNG section. Learn to read these walls. And then get here. After the 5 fireball wall is gone, just finish getting through this RNG section. And it's done. Here just do the platforming, it's a bit tight. All of it. Here you can full jump from this block and do a tilt release before your opponent, so you have more time to react for this jump. Alright, moving on. This is water, it restores your double jump. And here you need to use our flight technique to get here. Alright, you can go for this skip, but it's highly not recommended, because it wastes a lot of time actually. Down there are a lot of eggs and stuff, so what you can do is go here and do this jump. It's a bit tight and requires a lot of practice, but you can get a bit consistent with it. At worst you can choke it like 3 times. Maybe a bit more. But anyways, this is a better way to do this save. Take the save, reset, and do this thing. Just move with the spikes. And again. But here you can start flying and skip the trigger on the left. Here you can ignore the save and get in this hole. And here, if you jump in a certain combination, you can skip the landing to the left, like this. but you can land there in just in case. If you're not sure about how I did it. Anyways, moving on. You can ignore that save too. Go here, ignore this egg and shoot the other two. Yes, just like this. And then, as soon as you release your down key, start shooting here and get here. It did a bit of damage to the first egg, so it dies more faster. And then kill the other one and take a save. Here you can do this in 2 jumps. But if you're not sure about how to do it, you can always go back. You can do this, technically you can do this jump like this, but I find it a bit hard to do. So what I do here is jump from a certain spot and start flying. That's also a way to do it. And you save time over climbing this thing. Here just jump over all the spikes and then do this side jump. And you're done with the first act. Moving on. Nothing much to be said about this transition. There's not really anything you can do to go faster. Anyways, Act 2. This is where we're going to use our Numpad cancel a bit later on, but first of all, yes, you learn how high jumps work, and here you can do a singular shift release to get through this thing. It's an easier form of flight where you just hold the shift key and then release it in the air, and that's enough to get you through this hole. Take the trigger, get here, shoot this X, move on. You can also shoot this X on your way to this thing. Here take a save and make sure to reset. You can do this without using the view refresher. Here just do this. And here's why we safe reset, because if I didn't safe reset, this box would be active and I needed to go in a roundabout way to get to the safe, which is really bad. Take that safe. Here do the refreshers. Nothing special. Here you can do an interesting skip. There's dinosaur which is coming at you, which triggers somewhere around here. I know the orientar for this as a collision with 2 blocks, which are really different in design, so like this. Yeah, you trigger it as soon as you can and go to the left. And then you use a red jump refresher to jump over the dinosaur, so it looks something like this. It might look hard at first and might be hard at first, but with enough practice you can do it. And it saves a bit of time. Alright, moving. Shoot the X. And here comes one of the biggest skips. Here, instead of going up and doing God knows what, you can just go down. Somewhere around here jump to use the red refresher and then start moving to the right and jump again. And it skips this whole section, which is really huge. As you can see, the grass doesn't kill you. The actual kill hitbox is much deeper, like somewhere around at the very bottom of the screen. And then take the save. Yeah, then do this save. This save is a bit of tight, but if you jump in the right way, you can do it. Also make sure to do you have no jump shift releases. Alright, moving on. This is where our Numpad trick comes into play, because as you can see, I walked off and I didn't die to the spikes, because for some reason the kit hitbox doesn't die when you are collisioning with the legs and the spikes. So what you can do here is hold the shift button and do the numpad cancel while walking off. Yeah, it's a consistent way to do this, because this is a very tiny jump. And then just do the rest. Moving on. Easy, easy. Here you can do something like this by using a single shift release, but it saves almost no time. So you can just do this. Take a save. Just in case. Nothing much to be said about this platforming. Yeah, here you can actually shoot through this hole to damage the enemy which is ahead of you, but doing so loses an advantage of distance, because yeah, once you kill the enemy you would be a bit further away than if you're standing somewhere around here. So yeah, it's up to you to decide which strat you want to use. Moving on. This part is fake. Okay, here we need to do this jump again, the gate jump. And here you can actually do something like this, but if you want to be more careful, in case you want to be more careful, you can jump over and get it like this. It has a bit more of a distance advantage. And here you want to go fast enough to outrun this dinosaur without stopping for this hole. Then move on, grab the trigger, and then grab the final trigger and you're done. You can also single shift release into the ward, but it's really tight and doesn't really save much time. So yeah, that was the second act. Now moving on to the boss. You can jump long enough to reach this platform instead of reaching this platform. Now for the boss. The boss is really damage dependent, so try to inflict as much damage as possible, because there is a quick kill cycle which takes 10 seconds, but it's a bit of RNG dependent. So yeah, start by shooting upwards and then do this combination of keys. Like while it's falling down you shoot upward, but then you shoot to the side of it. Try to be as optimal as possible in this boss, because all the damage matters. Shoot like this again, and then shoot here. Yeah, I'm not getting a quick kill. Oh well. It will still be fast enough. Yeah, try to optimize every shot. Oh, I actually got it. Insane. Technically, it's really hard to do, so if you don't manage to kill it, you have to do the fireball attacks one more time. And that's the worst as it can get. That was the boss. Now moving on to the third world, which is Future Moonlight City. You can access it by pressing down 1, 2, 3 times. Yes, you press down 3 times to go into the future. And press shift. Next time we will cover this world, but for now, thank you for watching, see you in the next one.